Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. For now, I'm loco. Bumping off the surface beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud. I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, big up yourself, man. Big up the whole Metric community. Hope everyone's doing well. You know, the boy Ben Jacobs has come out. So man's gonna come out, break it down, see what's going on, see all the new stuff. We're gonna reason quickly. That's what's going on. I can't get this phone. This phone's acting up quickly. I wanted to get my phone on. But yeah, my peoples, man. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna get straight into it. There's loads going on. Literally, I'm hearing Zirkzee might leave. 6-man midfield shortlist. It's gone mad still. Ben Jacobs, man. Remember, he's been reliable. This season, you got to give it to Ben Jacobs. He's been active. Yeah? One thing about Ben Jacobs, he's been on it. So, we got to give it to him. So, I'm going to break it down anyway. I'm going to share my screen and show you that exactly what he said, bar for bar. We'll go through the whole thing. Don't worry. You know me already. I don't sit down and just talk with my face in the camera. I show you lot what's happening. You got what I'm trying to say? Where is it? So cool, let's find it right now. And then we'll get straight into it. But yeah, man, there's loads going on, man. There's loads going on. We're definitely in for a midfielder. I'll tell you that for free, boy. And it's looking like January, we're definitely gonna get one. So we'll see. But let me start off as soon as where he started. And then boom, this is what he ends up saying now. Look, this is how it started now. So like I said, it's a 6-man midfield, but it started off like this. So just be calm, relax, bam. So this is how it started, where he's only saying, look, I think Manchester United will be planning for 2 midfielders in 2026 minimum. 2, maybe even 3 if you include a young one, but 2 senior midfielders. So all this talk, we had a bit of talk yesterday about Casemiro. It's not going to happen, bro. Casemiro's going. You know what I'm saying? There was a bit of chat. Does Casemiro stay? Do we give him another year, etc.? Nah, bro. He's on 350k. Sir Jim's new tactic. Since he's come in and all the signings they've made, everybody's on under 200k. I think De Ligt's on 190, 195 or something, but everyone's on maximum 200k. So all these Sanchos, Rashfords and that, we're trying to push them out because we're saying, bro, we need to get some guys in that are hungry. When they come and they're hungry, and then they can work their way up. If you look at Liverpool, you look at Salah and Van Dijk, they won trophies, and now they're on 400k. They've been there for years, won trophies, Champions Leagues, they've been there and done it. So they've worked their way up. That's how we're doing it now. So Casemiro's a myth. So yeah, Ben Jacobs starts off by saying this. He says, I think Man United will be planning for 2 midfielders in 2026, minimum. Maybe even 3 if you include a young one, but 2 senior midfielders are 100%. So we're saying 100, we're going for 2 midfielders. That's what Ben Jacobs is saying. You understand? So this is where he's saying it. And remember, Casemiro leaves. Who knows what's going to happen with Bruno? Remember, there's all this talk about Saudi as well. Bruno could go Saudi. So no one knows, bro. No one knows. But we'll see what happens with that. So that's obviously, if you don't know who's in the picture, that's Belieber, Stiller, and Manu Kone. You understand? So let me show you a lot more now. So this is how it started. It started with that. I don't really know too much about Manu Kone. I'll be real with you lot. I don't really know too much about him. I've heard he's a good player, but I ain't heard or seen anything crazy about him. I think he plays for Roma now. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he's an option. And remember, this is 2016 minimum. So you might be saying we get one in January. Maybe we get one in January, and then we get another one in summer. That's what the situation might be. It could be, yeah, we get one in January. That's why he said 2026 minimum. He's not saying next summer. He's not saying by next summer you'll have 2 midfielders, or he's saying 2026. So who knows, man? We'll see what happens. Then he goes on to say there will be no panic buying mid-season. I'm told part of the reason of this is because Ruben really likes Manu Ugarte. Kobe Mainoo, you might find if he stays, he gets more minutes. And obviously Casemiro has become very important. And the fact that last season you'll be saying Bruno Fernandes is definitely further forward, but he's an option to drop deeper as well. So what he's basically saying is They don't need to panic buy. This midfield thing, we know we need a midfielder and we want one, etc. But it's not that deep where we have to go out there and just buy anyone. We're going to buy the right person for the right position. If we can't get that right person, we move on to another position. That's what happened with the strikers. Remember, we went for Delap. It didn't work. Gyökeres chose Arsenal. No problem. We went for Mbeumo. So we don't panic buy. We could have went there and just bought anyone. We said, no, we're going to go for Mbeumo. And then when the time went, and then we said, you know what? Sesko's here. This is someone that we really want. We'll go and get him. So that's what he's saying. And he's saying, look, we've got enough players that can play in that midfield. And you've got to remember something as well. When it comes to January, when it's January the 1st, we're not going to have no Mbeumo, no Ahmad, because they're going to be at AFCON. So these guys are all going to play anyway. Do you understand? No Mbeumo, no Ahmad, because they're going to be at AFCON. So Mainu and Ugarte are going to get minutes regardless anyway. Anyway, they're going to get minutes. So either way, it's better for them to stay anyway. So we'll see what happens. Let me get a few of these comments and then we'll get straight into the rest of it. But yeah, man, I can't see... It's going to be weird. Like, and when you think about it as well, what midfielder do we go and get that's available in January that can come and change this team? Remember that, guys, because a lot of people can't come in and change the team straight away. You know, we want a midfielder that's going to make an impact. What's the point going to get another Ugarte or someone that's not even better than Mainu? That doesn't even make no sense. You know what I'm trying to say? So we'll see. Zirkzee has taken a twist. He has handed in a transfer request, which rules out a loan, but a sell, which means West Ham is out of the picture. I expect him to go to Italy. I'll show you lot in a second about the Zirkzee stuff, and we'll get into it, Charlie. Love for that. Met, you see the Robertson news yet? I'm going to show you lots of that as well. Wing back. Sounds to me that Jacob's unsure if United are looking at a left wing back, mentioning Leon like he did. Hey, my man, what's good? Like and subscribe. Big up yourself, Timothy, man. I hope you're good, bro. Metric community. Big up yourself, United. Like. Smash the like button, my peoples, man. Let's get these likes going, man, at least, man. Come on, bro. Who's the French midfielder? Who's that? Sekou Kone? No, Manu Kone. I'm guessing that's who you're talking about. Manu Kone, he plays for Roma. He's meant to be a good player. I don't really know him too much, but I've heard his name for years. That's who you're talking about there, Manu Kone. So, yeah, I don't really know, man. I don't know him too well to vouch for him and say, but I think this could be a look at January one, but we're not gonna panic by it. So the fact that we're not going to panic buy, who knows? Do we even go for him? So yeah, I'll get into the rest of the news and I'll come back to these comments. Don't watch nothing, guys. Keep them rolling. But yeah, that's the situation with that. So we're not going to panic buy it. And we're looking to get 2 midfielders in 2026. Remember, 2026 could be anything. It could be January and summer. It could be just be summer. Then he goes on to say, listen, I'm not expecting anything in January for Stiller and Man United, nor do I think any talks of note have really started in the build-up to the window opening. Basically, what Ben Jacobs has been saying the whole time is I don't think we go and get any of these proper players in January. January, we might get someone on a loan or something temporary, something part-time. But to go and get your proper midfielder that you want, the believers and all of that, he doesn't think it will happen in January because teams overcharge you in January as well because you're messing up their whole thing. They don't want to sell. Some they don't mind to sell because they can go and replace him and he gets pre-season and da-da-da-da. But to have to sell now in January, then go out there and they have to go buy a replacement and then they're getting bumped. It's just a headache for everyone. So he doesn't think that anything's happening in January for Stiller. And he said in the past, he doesn't think anything's happening with Believer and Wharton in January. He says summer, 100% we're going to be active. But January with midfielders that we want, maybe we want a loan. We just want to get someone for the meantime, come in, do a little job for us, and then go back. That's what we're on. We're not on this, come here, we're going to pay whatever you like and pay a mad P. No, we're not trying to do that. So that's the thing about Stiller. He's saying he doesn't think Stiller's going to be a January thing. Then he goes on to say, but in the summer, that's one to keep an eye on. He's much more affordable than players like Believer, much more gettable, maybe because of the release clause and simply price being lower than someone like Adam Wharton, who Manchester United really like. Elliot Anderson is obviously there on the radar. We can speak about him, but not something to watch in January. This is what I keep telling you lot. You understand? None of these midfielders are going to be thinking in January, bro. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So January, forget about it. It's not going to happen. So it's going to be a summer thing. Anyone that we're solidified with is going to be summer. So Stiller's release clause is kind of his market value. He's open to the Premier League And I think that is going to be a story to watch between Stiller and Man United, but in the summer rather than January. Unless, of course, they decide to pay big money or trigger the release clause early, but that chance may be taken away from them if Stuttgart pay this 2 million number. Basically, Stuttgart have got a 2 million buy clause. They can buy out his release clause for 2 million. So his release clause right now is 40 million euros, which is about 32, 33 million pounds. If Stuttgart pay 2 million, they buy that out and then they just change it to 50 million euros. Simple. So they're obviously going to do that. It just makes sense for them to do it. So yeah, that's the situation with Stiller, man. He's one to watch, man. He's saying that's definitely one to watch. He's got a release clause that's close to his market value. He's not going to be a bump because he's not in the Prem. You know, Premier League, we've got Wharton. He's getting not even the English tax. He's getting the Premier League tax as well. So Wharton might end up being a 70 to 80 million player. Then we've got Belieber, right? And they always bump everyone. 100 million minimum. With the way he's playing this season, we might be able to get him for about 80 max. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Minimum, sorry. But that's what Brighton are on. So Stiller looks like the most reliable when it comes to being cheap. If we're going to go out there and get 2 midfielders, what he's saying, you can basically go out there and spend 110 million and maybe get a Stiller and a Belieber, hopefully, or 120 or something, instead of just going out there and spending 120 on Belieber by himself. So January's a myth, guys. Don't be looking here and thinking we're going to sign someone that's going to change our whole midfield in January. We might get a loan for someone, but that player that we get a loan from, he's got to be a player that is good enough to come in and change and be better than Casemiro, and he's got to be good enough that he's happy to leave his club at this moment to come to us, which rarely happens. We mostly loan out players because then they're in the bomb squad, we don't want them, etc. Other clubs don't really loan out their first 11. No one really sees that. I can't tell you what midfielder is sitting on the bench. Apart from Conor Gallagher, what midfielder do you not know that is good enough to start, that is actually sitting on the bench every game and is unhappy? It rarely happens. And if it is happening, it's happening behind closed doors where no one knows. So it's crazy. Then no one's ever going to come in for you. It's only us, Man United, that we have all these dramas. It comes out in the open and everyone knows about it. So yeah, Stiller, one to watch. We also like Adam Wharton, of course. Elliot Anderson is on the radar, but they're not January stuff. When we're going to do this serious stuff and go and buy these proper players, that's going to be in the summer. It's not going to be in January. So sorry to break some hearts, but you know we got to keep it real over it. So yeah, that's the situation with Stiller, man. Then he talks about Elliot Anderson, and he says Elliot Anderson to Man United, he's on the radar. I wouldn't say that anything is advanced at this point, and again, I'm not expecting a mid-season move because Elliot Anderson was told by Thomas Tuchel, just keep playing for Nottingham Forest regardless of whether they end up pushing for Europe or being in a relegation scrap, and you will stand a really good chance of making 2026 World Cup. So basically, Thomas Tuchel is telling all of these English players, no matter where they're playing, he's saying, "Lo, as long as you're playing and I can see you're playing, I can bring you to the World Cup. You've got a chance." This is why Manu is pushing for a move. This is why Rashford pushed for a move. All these players, because he wants to be fair, innit? He wants to be fair. He doesn't want to turn around and say, cool, you know what, Mason Mount, you're injured all the time, but just come. He wants to actually give chances. So if you're playing, I've got no excuse but to bring you on. That's what's going on. So Elliot Anderson, he can come to Man United and then he's getting benched for Casemiro. So why would he move in January? He'll rather move in after the World Cup. After the World Cup, everything's going to calm down. Players are going to want to be chilled. They're not going to want to move as much no more. But before the World Cup, no one ain't going to want to move. After the World Cup, players are going to want to be moving left, right, and centre. They're not going to care no more. Yeah, well, we've done the World Cup now. Let me get my move. Let me move or whatever. But before that, everyone wants to be stable, especially if you're at a team and you're playing every game. This guy was at Newcastle. No one even knew him. We never even knew who this guy was. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So if you can come to Man United now, January, and then you mess up your World Cup chances, you're not in the England team no more because we're not playing you every game. Amrin's rotating every game. 1 minute is Ugarte, 1 minute is Casemiro, 1 minute is Manu. So that's the stuff of Elliot Anderson, man. He said, even if you're in a relegation scrap, as long as you're playing, it's cool. I will play you. So Tuchel's letting them know, bro. Just get your spot. This is why Manu's not on it. It makes sense now. Manu needs to leave because he wants the loan just to be able to get some games so that he can make the cup. He can make the World Cup. Messi with a new 3-year contract. This dude will be 41 by the end of the contract. Safe. What's that for Inter Miami? Joke thing. Well, one bruv teaching an online class, but I have to give the link. Love, man. Appreciate you, man. Big up Jamaica as well, man. Life lessons. Appreciate that, bro. Does a Ben Jacobs way. He says a lot, but there's no substance to it. Any takeover news? No takeover news today. Ben Jacobs ain't said nothing about it. Side note, NBA is mad right now. I don't even watch the NBA, you know. I don't know what's going on over there. Man United are close to agreeing person terms with Angelo Stiller. Who said that? Where did that come from? Yeah, the same data team that recommended Lamans has recommended Stiller as well. Where's that come from, Charlie? I think what I just posted is a joke and has no place in reality. Safe. United can buy Stiller for 43 million in January. They won't be able to change the release clause until it's summer. They have to change it. Wow. Is that the situation? Yeah. I'd rather bring in Stiller in January. Can't lie, because it might be a busy in the summer with top clubs. Exactly. And you see Real Madrid. Real Madrid are in for Wharton. They're preying Wharton at the moment. Belieber, could he go Liverpool? Could he go City? There's so much what ifs and buts. So we have to go for someone. We need midfielder in January, otherwise we won't make it to Europe. This is what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I know that we need a midfielder, but it's like, what's the chances? Because there's all this we're not going to panic buy. If we don't panic buy, what's the chances we go out there and get someone that's proper dilly? And then he gets into Belieber. Let's talk about Belieber now. And he says, on Belieber, Brighton have entirely ruled out a January exit. So again, that's one that Man United have to be patient on. And I think Belieber and Wharton may be interested in Man United, but they'll also want to play, ideally, Champions League football. Bro, the Champions League football don't mean nothing. Belieber wanted to come to us without Champions League football. What is he talking about? Obviously, ideally, if you're coming to a club and they've got Champions League football and it's the first time you're ever playing, of course, it's going to be better and you're going to be more gassed. But you're saying it like it's going to change anything. Do you know what I'm saying? You're playing for Crystal Palace and Brighton. And if Man United come, you remember his head was already turned that they were blaming us. For his poor performances, they started blaming us. So his head was already turned, bro. It's nothing new. So it is where it is anyway. But yeah, so that's Belieber. There's nothing new really. We've known that he's not going to come in January. This is what I'm trying to say. None of these guys are likely to come in January. Because you don't really get first team players out of their squad in January. You mostly do that in summer. Because they don't want to go out there and have to replace someone. Then he goes and talks about Conor Gallagher. And he says basically, if Athletic will open the door to a loan formula for Conor Gallagher this season, I think that's the deal Man United will do. If they're to buy him, the price will be in excess of 35 million. It remains to be seen. Man United choose to spend that. I don't think we'll buy Conor Gallagher. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't think we'll do that still. I don't think we buy Conor Gallagher. I think that's a loan move only. If we're going to loan him, if we can get him on loan, it's another body in the midfield, and he likes the press intensity, what Amrin likes. He likes all of that, just a body that runs around like a madman. Him and Mount just running around. He likes all of that. So it will make sense, but we might not buy him. It might not be the guy. We might turn around and go, all right, now we need to get a proper, someone that suits this role at summer. Boom. And Conor Gallagher's sitting on the bench a lot in Atletico Madrid. A lot of games he don't play, he sits on the bench. So I don't know, man. Big up yourself, Mike, man. I hope you're good, broski. Where's the story of 150k wage from Stiller coming from, and how come people usually chat about wages without anything happening? Yeah, that's the worst. That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst sources ever. Man United addicts. Come on, man. You're better than that, Charlie, man. That's a terrible source. I feel like January we make a loan move than summer. Yeah, exactly. That's what's going on. And that's what's being said by Ben Jacobs and the other one. It's saying that we want to get someone, we want to get extra body involved in January. So someone like Conor Gallagher will be ideal because he's not playing where he is at. But then we want to go big and then get 2 midfielders next summer. So that's exactly what's going to happen. See, Liverpool are desperate to have Wirtz not be a flop. He played against a terrible level, signed 2 assists. Yeah, you know how it goes, innit? You know how it goes. We should push Stiller for January if possible. A release clause shouldn't be a difficult deal. Yes, I just want someone, man. Anyone will help. Nah, man. Indicators at least got 2 rights, man. Addicts ain't broke no news, bro. No news. He's on the block list. Addicts ain't broke no news at all. Nothing. So yeah, and he goes on to talk about Joshua Zirkzee, and he says, listen, there's a realistic chance that Joshua Zirkzee leaves Man United in January. And the player's perspective, a bit like Kobe Mainoo, is he wants to go out on loan to boost his chance of playing in the Netherlands in the World Cup. See what I'm saying? It's a World Cup thing. A lot of these players just want to go for the World Cup. And now we have to understand whether what Man United will allow that, whether they'll say exactly what they said to Kobe Mainoo. You know why I think he wouldn't go? I think he doesn't go because in January, when it opens, we're going to have Mbeumo and Ahmad both at AFCON. So Mbeumo and Ahmad at AFCON, let's say we're starting Mount and Cunha. Who's on the bench to come on in them 10 rows? Yeah, we got Bruno that can step up, but we're going to need Zirkzee, probably Mainoo, etc. Who's going to be the backup to Sesko? So I don't think Zirkzee goes, man. I can't see it happening. If we didn't lose Mbeumo and Ahmad to AFCON, then maybe he can go. But because we're losing Mbeumo and Ahmad, I can't see him going. And that's what Mainoo's been told. He's saying, bruv, you're not going nowhere, you're good. So I reckon by December, by the time the 1st of January league comes, why would he come back then? Maybe at the end of the window, when Mbeumo and Ahmad are back, maybe Mbeumo and Ahmad are back, all right, bro, 10 days to go to the end of the window, go get your move now to a thing, no problem. But until then, I can't see him going. It wouldn't make no sense. Do you understand? And that's the thing with Kobe as well. He's not playing now, but once the man go on AFCON, there'll be a few games where he can play. You know what I'm going to say to you lot? Terrible, terrible source. I can't believe that even got put in here. That is a terrible source. I believe in Amrin 100%, but if we don't get the players, I will be the same like the other managers that failed. Yeah, man. I reckon you get some midfielder, man. We just need to get one on loan. Conor Gallagher looks like the top target. I saw some stuff about Joe Bellingham, but I don't think there's any truth in that. I'll be real. Where this 150 random figure? Yeah, people just say anything. Don't worry about that. Amrin said no for them leaving. Yeah, I don't think they go. It wouldn't make no sense. It wouldn't make no sense for them to go. So that's the stuff on Zirkzee anyway. But Ben Jacobs saying there's a good chance he could go. So we'll see about that. Then he says West Ham's interest is genuine, and I can guarantee that West Ham United will add a striker in January. It's their top priority. So a loan for Zirkzee would be something they will be interested in. Talks haven't started yet, but keep an eye on that one to build up in the January window open. Like I'm saying to you lot, AFCON starts from the 20th of December, 21st of December to the 21st of January if you get to the final. So within that time, we're going to lose Ahmad and Mbeumo. They both, let's just say they don't all get to the final. Ahmad and Mbeumo come back on the 10th, for example. They get knocked out of the group stage or something or whatever. The first phase of knockout. They're coming back from the 12th or whatever. They can say to Zirkzee, all right, brother, you can go now. That's what I reckon happens. But while they're gone to the 20th of January, it would not make no sense to turn around and go, yeah, Zirkzee, you know what, brother? You can go. So if Sesko gets injured or Sesko needs a rest, we're bringing on Chido Obi again. That's all we're relying on as up front. That's not going to make no sense. So I feel like Zirkzee's one for the summer. I think he leaves in the summer. I don't think Amrin's gonna want him to be a 9 or a backup to Sesko. I think he doesn't see him as part of the plans, to be honest. Amrin has decided will not be part of the plan. Zirkzee's situation has been made worse by the summer signings of Mbeumo, Cunha, and Sesko. That's an easy story, though, by Crossy. I reckon that's an easy one to cook up. I don't know if he's not part of the plan. He seems like he's happy, but obviously you can tell he's not really playing him, etc. But remember, he's fighting for his life, bro. He's fighting for his life, Amrin, bro. Obviously, now we're smoothed out a bit. He's beat Sunderland. He's beat Liverpool. We beat Brighton. It's calm. But, bro, he's still kind of like, we're still in that mix where he has to play his best players that he's going to get a result for. And he can't see Zirkzee in that at the moment. I can see Martinez as our new DM. I can't see that happening, man. He ain't got the pace, man. I don't think he's got the pace. Unless we're doing the counter-attack thing that we've been playing, where Casemiro's close to Bruno and all that. I can't see Martinez being there. Martinez, remember, he's proper, yeah, man. He's proper, like, he's becoming a bit injury-prone. So the fact he's becoming injury-prone, being a DM, especially in Amrin's system, when you have to be running up and down, is a bit mad. You understand? It'd probably be better for him to just sit in the centre-back role. I'm sure Ben Stiller will be happy if we sign Stiller, mate. Yeah, his cousin, trust. But yeah, so Zirkzee are genuinely interested. Zirkzee. West Ham are genuinely interested in Zirkzee. They will add a striker in January, but it's just if it's going to be Zirkzee or not. We don't know. So we'll see about that one there. A more experienced striker is an option for United in January or the summer. So we're not just happy with having Sesko. We're trying to really build up and have this team where it needs to be, where we've got Sesko there and an experienced striker. It can't go wrong. Man City do it. All these other teams have got depth, but as soon as Man United have depth, people start complaining. There's probably someone in this chat complaining about it. Do you get it? It's not necessary. Look, a more experienced striker without it's not necessary. There's always someone, but bro, we need to get look, I think he's doing just fine, bro. So if he gets injured, what happens then? What happens if Sesko gets injured, or if like he's having a game and it's not working? Why can't you put on depth? Look at Villa when they had Watkins. It gets to the 70th minute, they bring on Duran, and then Duran scores a banger. Why can't we do that? Watkins was the experienced one, Duran was the younger one. So remember, Ben Jacobs came out about a month ago or something and said that Harry Kane was he's coming back to England. He's coming back to play football in England soon, and Man United could be interested. So maybe he's the one that they're talking about. So we'll see. I know he said something as well about look at this. He says, look, nothing yet to suggest anybody is in open formal talks with Harry Kane, but there is a diminished release clause in 2026, and Kane is still eyeing up that Premier League goal-scoring record. It's not a given. If he returns to the Premier League, it'll be Spurs or no other club, because Kane was interested in Manchester United before he ended up moving to Bayern Munich. Remember, before he went to Munich, he was linked with us heavy. We thought we was going to get him, but there was all this talks about Daniel Levy making everything so hard. He wanted us to pay over 100 million. Bayern paid 80 million, and then we turned around and just went for Højlund. So, yeah, Harry Kane, basically, he could come back to us, try to break that Alan Shearer's record. I think he's like 50 goals away. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But remember, it won't hurt us to have a Harry Kane and a Sesko. Sesko don't have to play every single game. He's still young. And imagine if he builds up off Sesko. Different. This is what I'm saying. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with that. Then he goes on to say, Ivan Toney's a very interesting one. At this stage, Al Hilal have just got a new sporting director and are adamant that they want to keep Ivan Toney. The only thing that's going to change that is if they bring in a really important big money striker. Remember, they tried to bring in. Is it them that got? They didn't get Darwin Núñez, was it? You got Darwin Núñez again? I can't remember, but yeah, basically they went a big number striker, so maybe they didn't get Núñez. Someone else got to go to the funds with it, and it might be a domino effect where Toney is sold for good money. I just can't see. I can't tell you the last time that I saw a striker or a player come from the Saudi league to the Premier. The only player I've seen do that is Henderson, and he went to Ajax first. He went to Ajax, then he became a free agent. Now he's gone to Brentford. But what player have you seen go from the Saudi league to the Premier League? You always see it the other way around because they offer so much money. So it's baffling to me to see him go from wherever he was on to go get 300, 400k, and then now to come down and get 180 or 200 with tax as well. With tax, it's tax-free over there. So I've never really seen it happen. I can't think of one player that's moved from the Saudi league to the Premier because we don't. Their money is too different to us. The Turkish league, they got a lot of money for wages. I see Duran's gone there on a loan and they can afford to pay it. They're paying Osman a bag, like they're on all that. But us or anyone in the Prem, once you go Saudi, you don't even want to come back because the money's so nice, no tax, nothing, that you don't even see it happen. So this could just be a one to throw in there. Just keep an eye on it. He's not saying anything about Man United in this. If you look at it, it's just about literally that he could be gone in a domino effect. So keep an eye. But it's got nothing to do with us. So, boy, that's Ivan Toney anyway. So, it's where it is. We can't discount something happening in January. And if it was to be a loan, I'd expect several Premier League clubs. But, bro, John Duran went on a loan to, what's the Turkish club that Jose Mourinho had? Fenerbahce. Duran went on loan and they paid his whole wage. The same wage he's getting from Saudi, 310k. We're not doing that in the Prem. No team in the Prem is paying your whole wage, bro. 300k and all of that. They're not doing that. That's why we ain't got Osman. So this is what I'm saying, man. I think it's just rubbish, bro. But this is what Ben Jacobs says. Look, the number 9 shirt has been left free for a reason. It's been left free for a reason. So what are we saying? What? Sesko's not going to be the number 9 for the rest. What are we saying? What? We're waiting for someone else. We're going to get another striker then. So the number 9 shirt's been left free for a reason. So, or Sesko wanted the 30. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's just guessing and he's saying, "Right, no one's got the number 9, but Højlund's just went, didn't he?" Do you understand? So I don't know, man. This is him just saying what he's saying. Let me see what else is there. Bruno Fernandes will decide on where this Man United project is heading, what his role is, and I think, as he said last summer before he signed a new 5-year contract, where Man United also feels the best value is, because there could be a situation where Man United get an offer that is good enough for them, and they say it's better to sell now than do one extra season. So he's gonna evaluate that at the end of the season and see what he's on, basically, if he's ready to go or not. Saudi's gonna come in. Saudi's been interested in him for ages. Fabrizio even said that Saudi are always going to be interested in Fernandes. If he's ready to go, he's gonna get the bag straight away. Like, they were interested in him last season, this season, before it started. So there's no difference really. So we'll see what happens, man. If we lose one, people lose their mind. There's no patience in our fan base. Yeah, 100%. 100%. A lot of people just spaz out for no reason. They want a reason to shout. Is there any update about the takeover? There's no update on the takeover that I can see. Obviously, I'm going to refresh everything before I come off, so we'll see anyway. Don't think there's a takeover happening. Everything points to that. It's not a thing. We need Kane, bro. Plus, bro, yeah, he's moving mad over there. I can't lie. He's moving mad. He's moving crazy. 2 clubs. How? But how they, bro, you got Fenerbahce. You got Fenerbahce that's paying my man's whole wage, 310k. And they're signing bare players as well. Sensio, I can't remember who else they signed as well. But you got Galatasaray, they're paying Osimhen's wage. And then you got Trabzonspor paying Onana's wage double. So they must have something over there. Something's going on over there. Like I said, the talk from Ben Jacobs. If Rasmus had left before Sesko got his number, Sesko would have probably gotten the 9. Yeah, because he picked 30. Yeah, exactly. Sesko was our 9. Sesko wanted 30. Benjamin, yeah, he's just guessing. That's what I thought it was as well. He just guessed it. I still see Bruno leaving, not gonna lie. I think Bruno's gonna leave as well, I'll be real. Unless we get into top Champions League, I can't see it happening. He's playing more often and he's in favour for Ruben Amorim. And if that continues between now and in the end of the season, maybe the parties will reassess. The contract is running down, but there's a club option to extend for a year. If Casemiro was to extend, it would be like Harry Maguire, where it would have to be on reduced terms. So is Casemiro going to turn around and go, yeah, I'm getting 350, I'm going to drop it to 230. Is he going to do that for 1 more year? Or he can turn around and say, I can sign on Saudi, get probably 10 million up front for just signing on as a free. And then I can be on 400 or 500 a week, no tax. With my family, I'm 33, it's slower, it's calmer, I'm out of the way. Which one would you pick? I reckon Casemiro goes. I don't think we even offer him anything. I think we're gonna know, like, yeah, his time's done. Forget about it, bro. Like, it's done. And remember, he's got 1 year left. There would have been rumors about us doing something with him. There's been nothing. Obviously, anything can happen at any time, but bro, there's been nothing. So I can't see anything. We've only heard about Maguire signing a new contract. Sancho, he's got 1 year left. We know he's gonna leave for free. Malastra, he's got 1 year left. We know he's gonna leave for free. Casemiro, he's got 1 year left. Nothing ain't coming out. So it's exactly the same. All of them that we don't really want, they just nothing ain't coming out about them. Only Maguire, he's having a bit of chat. And that was before he even scored that goal at Anfield. Now, definitely staying. Then we've got Maguire's contract extension. He hasn't received an offer yet, so the formal talks haven't started, but the initial talks are underway. Maguire would like clarity sooner rather than later, so he perhaps knows by the turn of the year or the early part of next year where he stands heading into the World Cup. Is he gonna leave for free and have to look for a club? No. But I reckon Maguire gets a contract extension for a year or so, man. I'll be real. Upamecano is one of the names that I know Man United quite likes, but I don't think they're that advanced on what kind of defender they're necessarily looking for. Much of the work at the moment is the midfielders, and if they can get one in January and in this debate in the long run for this summer over number 9. Of course, there's a very strong chance in summer 2026 that if not 2 defenders arrive, it could be a CB and a left fullback, or it could be one versatile defender that can play both centre-back and fullback. You know who I like as a fullback and a centre-back? That Mukiele from Sunderland. He's all right, and he takes long throws as well. You understand? I think he's a good one still. We should go for someone like him. They got him for about 18 million or something cheap. Go out there, give them 35, 40 million. Bam. Calm. And then he talks about Anthony Robinson, and he goes and says, listen, I think Anthony Robinson at Fulham was looked at during the summer. A profile like that, I think, is going to be the type of player, even if it's not him specifically, but let's see whether or not they move on the left-hand side, because from what I hear, Diego Leon is doing really well, and there's a big future ahead of him. And there are other current options on the left-hand side too. So, boy, we got the left-hand side that's got Dorgu. You could play Dallo there sometimes. We want to get someone that's going to match Dorgu. We're trying to have 2 players in every position. So we've got a super team. That's what you got to do now. To win this league, you got to have depth, bro. So someone like Robinson, he's like 27. Dorgu's what, 20, 21, whatever it is. You have them fighting it out on the left-back role. That's what you're really meant to have, is have someone senior and someone younger in every position. That's how you're meant to do it. So it wouldn't be mad to get someone like him. We looked at him. Diego Leon's a young boy. We brought him in to come to our academy. He doesn't have to play for the first team yet. He could take his time. He's only 17. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean Diego Leon's come, you have to play him left wing back. No. You can give him 2 years in the academy, and then he becomes the guy that you want him to become, and then it is what it is. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But this is just him saying we looked at him. You understand? He was looked at during the summer. This is nothing like we made contact or we was really interested or no. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that one. Let me get a few of these comments. I see Bruno leaving. Tashua, Tuma. What happened? He's definitely leaving. Plus, you don't have proper legs anymore. Exactly. The only one we extend is Maguire. Oh no, owns 140 a week. The player next to him owns 77. When it drops down to 50k a week. Not a club of crazy money. Their budget is 37 million, 140k a week. They doubled his money though, didn't they? Whatever he was on at United, they doubled it. That's what the reports were saying. So I don't know. But now they're balling out of Turkey. Yeah, good on him. Good on him. Hope he stays there. Hope they sign him. He's still developing. Yeah, that's cool, man. See, the thing with us, a lot of us, we get players in and we just want all the players to come and start and play straight away, bro. Why can't we wait? Why can't we bed them in slowly? Like Diego Leon, we don't need him to come and be this wonder kid straight away. You can give him a year or two and then he becomes that guy. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's calm with Diego Leon, man. We'll see what happens with that. But if we can go out there and strengthen, why not still strengthen? And then we got the boy JJ Gabriel. He's put on his Insta that he trained with the first team today. Remember, this guy is only 15 years old now. His birthday was the other day. He trained with the first team. Is he going to get his debut soon? Who knows? I doubt it'll be against Brighton, but boy, he might get his debut very soon. So we'll see, man. What's this that I'm... Oh, this is old. Yeah, what else has come out? Let me show you. So, Messi's extended his thing into Miami. Sene Lamens outside the training ground today with one of the fans. Big up the boy Lamens. You understand? You know I was rooting for him from the beginning. Big up Lamens, man. Serious geezer. So yeah, man, them are out there, they're training. Where is it? UTXD, is it UTD? MUFC's back. They lost their account for about a day or two. They're back now. And this is look at that. This is the 6-man shortlist. That Andre Santos, forget about it, bro. Forget about him. He's not going nowhere. Chelsea ain't going to lose him. And I don't think he's even all that anyway. He played against us. He didn't look all that. Gallagher is for January. If we wanted to buy Jack Gallagher, we would have bought him last season. They already gave us a price for him. They said he's for sale, but not alone. So Gallagher is not someone we're going to buy for the future because we could have done it last season. Not yet, before the transfer window closed. So 100% we're not in for Jack Gallagher. Santos is a myth. Stiller, Belieber, Anderson and Wharton. That's the 4. It should be a 4-man shortlist. It shouldn't be a 6-man. 100%. But he's just saying everyone in general. So he's talking about some, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's talking about in general, like, because one of them could come in January and then one could come next summer, etc. But yeah, bro, Stiller, I wouldn't mind any of the 2. Even if we get 2 of them, I'm cool with that. Literally, I'm cool with that. I do want to inspire this impatient attribute to our fan base as well. We also going to see, that Orozco is true. It's true. We've got a few players that are coming in, man. Keep JJ at all costs. Santos is a myth. Is Gallagher better than Kobe? This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm sitting there and I'm saying, if we get someone that's not even better than what we got, it doesn't make sense. But then again, Maybe it's for depth. We get them and we just go mad. Because remember, you got to look at us, innit? We play a two-man midfield. We play Bruno and Casemiro. If they both get injured or one of them gets injured, we got Ugarte and Mainu. That's it. Think about it. We've only got 4 players in the set for two spots. One gets injured, that means 2 people are playing every game, and then 1 person comes off the bench for 1. Say another one gets injured or 1 gets a suspension. So we need an extra midfielder anyway. That's how we got to look at it. So either way, we need an extra midfielder anyway. So we'll see. Gallagher is like Ugarte. He's useless. Boy, I don't think you got Gallagher's there to buy. Was a surprise, but I've heard his name before. Gallagher's good, but I do not think he'll be able to. Yeah, you've heard his name before from him. He's the one that said it. Ben Jacobs. He's the one that said his name before. So I don't know how true it is, but Chelsea don't want to sell him anyway. So it's a myth anyway, even saying that, because Chelsea don't want to sell him. So it don't even make sense anyway. We do have Fletcher and Kone who can be used, but they're not ready. Belieber and Stiller. Well, we're going to see what 2 we go for, but Ben Jacobs is saying we go for 2 of them. I reckon we get 2. I reckon Casemiro leaves. As soon as Casemiro leaves, bam, we go and get our proper one. I don't know if it's still going to be Belieber at that time. Is his value going to drop? Is it not going to drop? I don't know. It's a weird one. I just showed you that about JJ Gabriel. Yeah. Boom, Atletico Madrid. What's this? My man's retweeting his stuff. Why is he doing this? He's retweeting his old tweets. United exclusive. Where is he? So let me show you if anything else has come out since. Rich Frey's come out today and said, look, it seems unlikely Mainu will be allowed to leave in January transfer window when there are so few options in central midfield, though an exit for Zirkzee appears to be more likely than ever. Amrin might insist every player will get their chance, yet even with Sesko out of the starting lineup, it is unlikely Zirkzee will be given a chance instead. And this is why I don't blame them, because it's a World Cup year, and even if the main guy that you're competing with doesn't play, you can see a man go down injured and you're still not going to play. You know what I'm going to say? Like, it's crazy. If Sesko goes injured, Amrin will play Cunha or thing. So I get why some of them want to go Zirkzee and Mainu. Exactly, like he's saying train harder. Cunha helped earn his start by reporting to Carrington a day before scheduled last week after returning from Japan with Brazil. Having played on the Tuesday and returning to England on Wednesday, he was allowed until Friday off, but came in on Thursday for the individual recovery work. He was joined by Casemiro and both went into Amrin's lineup. So he worked his way in the lineup, good on him. Obviously, he was pivotal the way we played and he held up the ball a lot well. So yeah, big up Cunha, man. Big up Cunha. Ruben Amrin does not believe Zirkzee is a clear number 9 and he thinks he lacks the strength to lead the line in his tactical approach. And obviously, we've seen the little links and the talks about Harry Kane and that we might need another number 9 for to give Sesko a run for it. Maybe he just wants proper number 9s. You don't want no false 9s, etc. But I think having a false 9 is good because it can change your thing sometimes. If the ball to Sesko ain't working, we can say, you know what, we're not going to do that. We'll play a false 9. Put on Zirkzee. So it's a bit mad that Zirkzee ain't really had a chance like that. But it's what it is, I guess. You get me? Yeah, this is obviously what we saw about JJ Gabriel. And he's been given a chance to train. Man United are open to adding 2 new midfielders in 2026. Amrin seeking more pace and athleticism in the centre of the park at Old Trafford. United also know Kobe Mainoo's long-time future is uncertain, while Bruno Fernandes could still be sold next summer. Casemiro's contract expires this summer, although United have the option to trigger a 1-year extension. The Brazilian is highly valued by Amrin, and it remains possible he extends his stay beyond the end of the season, despite interest from both Brazilian and Saudi Pro League clubs. So it's a weird one. Is Casemiro going to go? Is he going to stay? I think Casemiro goes, man. I think this is just stuff to put out there for no reason because it's like some news to just talk about. Because we would have literally said that by now. We would have just said, yeah, Casemiro, we're going to give you another deal or we want your contract. We haven't said anything about that. Is Amrin good on rotating? No, I don't think he's good on rotating when he's fighting for his life. You got to remember, he beat Sunderland Sunderland was on track. They were fourth. They're doing well. They're physical. We went and beat Sunderland. We should be beating Sunderland. It's a thing. Relegation team. Cool, no problem. He's going to beat Liverpool now. So he's all right. Cool. We beat Liverpool now. So obviously now we go and beat Brighton. We're onto something. I think everyone should just back off him. Stop talking about Amarin. Surgeon came out and said 3 more years. Blah blah blah. It's a myth. Do you know what I'm going to say? So I feel like he's fighting for his life. That's what my answer is for you. That's why he's not rotating. You've got to that stage where you need wins. You've got to go with who you believe with and then go with that. So I feel like he's not rotating because of that. If it was a thing where he's under no pressure, he could say, you know what, this Brighton game, they ain't really got that pace in the middle. Apart from Belieber, they just like to hang on to the ball. Here you go, Mainu. Go get your start. Go play. You know what I'm trying to say? But we're not really doing that. That's why JJ, Gabriel, and all our young boys can't get a debut because we're always chasing the game. Every time we get to the 80th minute, we're always drawing or we're only winning by 1 goal or something. We're never blowing teams out. Sunderland was the only one that was like 2-0, 80th minute, but it still wasn't like, still shaky a bit. But it was, you know what I'm trying to say? Every other team, Arsenal, Burnley, City, everyone were losing. Fulham were 1-1 or something. And then it gets to the 80th minute. So we can't throw on these youngsters and be throwing on a lot of rotation. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what's going on. I'm not going to, what did I say there? Don't need rotation with 1 game a week, but he does take care of our players. He surely takes care of Bruno. Shoot. Not going to lie, Mitch, I still think we get Belieber as a proper baller. He's perfect profile for what we need. We then might get Wharton Stiller to play alongside him. Yeah, man. 100%. I think Belieber comes regardless. Belieber comes regardless. Like, there's all this talk about he might not. Journalists always want to put things out there, but they're not going to put everything. We're in for 2 midfielders. Remember, that's what's being said. And Casemiro leaves at the end of the season, it's a death fall, so 100%. So 100%, man. Don't watch nothing. Where is Chido Obi? He's playing with the young boys, where he should be. He should be playing with the young boys. If we gas up our young boys too much, we get a new player, a new academy guy, and we just go crazy every time. Oh my God, Chido Obi, we need to play him. We played him 3 games last season. He started. Brentford, I can't remember the other 2. He done nothing. He's not ready. But because we were dealing with Højlund and he was so trash, we just wanted anything different. We were just clutching for anything. We was literally on crumbs. Like, anything will do. So he's not ready, bro. Let's be real. I'm not sure that Dalot is one of Ruben's favourites since he had that only 5 starts. Maz will put Dalot on the bench. I think he is kind of one of his favourites, though, to be honest. But then again, we ain't really got much options. We need to get some more. That's why we're talking about wing-backs. Cunha is a baller. He should start over Mount during the weekend. Did we play false 9 against Liverpool? No. We played, I don't know what you can call it. You know what I mean? But we played like Cunha up top, but he wasn't, it was kind of like a false 9 because we're trying to win the second ball. So it's like, just wait for them to header it and then we start from there. So it's like, you're not really last line of defense striker. It's like a false 9 type of thing. You could say that, but yeah. We did until Sesko came on for Mount. And I remember we trust. Ruben did rotate against Liverpool by removing Euro and Sesko. Yeah, and everyone went mad about it. I went mad myself. I was like, what's this guy doing? You get me? Even I went mad. I'm like, no Euro against Mo Salah and that. But he got it right, man. He knew what he was doing, man. You got to believe in him, man. We beat Brighton, I reckon everyone cuts him some slack. Yeah, that would be nice to get 3 wins on the trot. And let me show you like the table where we would be. Like, bro, are you not watching Tottenham? How shit they are. Tottenham, bro, I'm telling you that now. If we can step this up and start winning some games, we've got a good chance, bro. No one is really doing mad bits. The only teams that I look at and I'm a bit nervy of is Man City with Haaland. If Haaland goes on the bench for 1 game, Man City are finished. Arsenal don't look like they're going to concede. They don't look that good going forward. Even that 4 goals the other day, that came out of nowhere in 12 minutes. They were looking trash. And in 12 minutes, they just went mad. But they're not looking like they're attacking you all game, moving sick, but they just don't look like they're going to concede. That's the thing about Arsenal that's scary. You watch them and you think, where's someone going to score a goal against them? City, Haaland is bailing them out. Liverpool looks spooky. Everyone knows that. Tottenham are looking spooky. Monaco had about 9 shots. Minamino, whatever his name is, he was trash. If that Minamino guy was not trash, Tottenham would have lost yesterday. I don't know if you lot watched it. Tottenham was trash yesterday, bro. Like, you go look at their content creators. They're tired of Frank. Some of them are saying, get Frank out already. It's crazy. So Tottenham, I'm not really rating. Chelsea look good. I'll be real. That Estavio, he's doing bits. Cole Palmer's injured as well, and they're still doing bits. Caicedo. So Chelsea, Arsenal, maybe City because of Haaland. That's the only three I'm looking at this season and saying, bro, we can probably get top 4, top 5. But then again, everyone's probably looking at us and saying the same thing. They're trash. They lost to Grimsby. They're the worst Man United team. So they're probably looking at us saying the same thing as well. But I'm looking at it and saying, bro, we string along a few wins. Tottenham ain't playing that good. Even when you look at their last game, they lost to Villa. Leeds, they could have probably deserved that. Wolves, they scored in the last minute of this game. Bro, they haven't been playing well. They were 2-0 down at half-time against Brighton, and then they brought it back. Do you know what I'm trying to say? West Ham is West Ham. They're going to get relegated. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's what's going on. So I don't think Tottenham are doing well. Newcastle ain't the best. Do you know what I'm saying? They just lost to Brighton, and then they lost to Arsenal, then they lost to Liverpool. They've lost 3 times already. Like, I don't think anyone is lighting it up. Liverpool, obviously, will probably be in the Champions League spots. But are they going to finish 4th or 5th? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Let me get a few of these. What do you lot think? Do you lot think we can make top 4? I think we can make top 4. No one's looking that mad. Bournemouth are looking good. But I don't think Bournemouth are going to hold tight this all the way to the end. Come on. Semenyo's holding them out right now. Cheetah will get his time. I'm still a believer. We believe in you, sir. Amrin. People are bigging up Amrin in there. Cheeto is playing for the under-21s. He needs a loan for sure. Yeah, man, we need to take our time. No other team. Think about it properly. I want you lot to think about this. There's no other team in the Prem that is sitting down, gassing up their young boys to come and start a game. No one does that. Go and get Cheeto from the academy. He's ready. What? You think Arsenal or any of these teams, Man City, they're gassing up their little academy players to come and start a game? They will come when it's time. They've got Mamouche and Haaland. So we got to have Sesko and whoever we got, Kane or whatever. And then when it's time or an FA Cup game or something, you go and throw that young boy on. They don't do that. Only us, we gas up all of our young kids. We need to give him, we need to start him. Bro, we're not there yet. Let us get somewhere and become that team where we're smashing teams up. Then we can start doing that. We're 3-4-0 in teams and then we can start throwing on our young boys. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's what we need to start doing. So yeah, man, that's what's going on. I want to beat Spurs. GG. Oh yeah, glory, Man United. I mean, big up yourself, man. Come on. I want to beat Spurs so bad, but Brighton is a team. Brighton have had our number, bro. They've really had our number for the last few seasons. And I think something came out, was it today? Talking about Brighton. Like how much time they beat us or something. It's crazy, bro. We don't know how he'll fix. I give Ruben another 3 months, just enough time to see what he's got. Give him a little bit of return here. So Casemiro. This guy is an idiot. Look at this geezer. Let me show you something. This geezer just come out. Jimmy Bullard. Look at what the guy is saying. Look. Let me take this off the screen quickly. Look. He says, Jimmy Bullard on how he would fix Man United if he was Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I'd give Ruben Amorim another 3 months. Just enough time to see what he's got because I think he's on a little bit of a turn here. I'd sell Casemiro, Sesko, buying there. Why has he put Sesko in there? He just bought Sesko. Why would he sell him? I'd buy Declan Rice, Haaland, and Van Dijk. The same geezer that we just literally watched and done the run over. If you give me full control, we'd win the league next year. This guy's a clown. Jimmy Bullard. Whoever this guy is that him there? This guy is a clown, mate. Get him out of here, man. Look, he's making everyone laugh. Save. VVD. Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk. Allow it, man. Let's get back to the table, man. enough things. Enough things. And remember that, guys. If we beat Brighton, we've won 5 of our last 7 games. Remember that. That's 5 of our last 7 games won, which is crazy. Look at this. This is who we've drop points to the most in the look at that in the bottom. Brighton are our bogey team, bro. Proper bogey. Do you understand? Look at that. 8 games, 2 wins, 0 draws, 6 losses. And then Man City the same. Man City is exactly the same. So Brighton and City are literally our bogey teams. Arsenal, we played them at extra time, 6 losses, 2 wins, 1 draw. But Brighton and City bogeyed off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we need to go out there. So, and you got to remember, even when I showed you lot, if you lot was in the stream yesterday, you would have seen that they've got 6 injuries plus Matoma. So they've got 6 injuries now. Plus Matoma. But look at that, look at their form. It's not changing anything for them. They've won their last 5 games. Not won their last 5 games. They're unbeaten in their last 5 games. It's not changing anything for them. That's Brighton's form right there. Look, this is Brighton and Hove. You understand? They were 2-0 up against Tottenham, and then they bottled it. 6-0 against Barnsley. 3-1 they beat Chelsea. Chelsea had a red card. 1-1 with Wolves, and then they beat Newcastle. Welbeck's on a little bit of a form right now. He's you get it. Remember, they've got 6 injuries plus Matoma. They just got this Gomez guy injured. Let me take this off the screen so you lot can see properly. They got this Gomez guy. Look, he came off in the 36th minute, and he's the replacement for Matoma. And Matoma's injured himself. So, where's their injuries? Yeah, look. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, look, you got Matoma injured, Solly Marsh, Gruder, Hinshelwood, Webster, Veltman, and Matoma. So, I don't know, bro. Is Matoma going to play? You know, they say this foot injury, doubtful. Apparently, he got injured in Japan when he went for international break. And he didn't play against Newcastle, as you can see. He was injured. But then again, like I'm saying to you lot, they're still unbeaten in the last 5. So they got a lot of confidence right now. They just beat Newcastle at home. They got confidence, bro. Minte is going to be a problem. Welbeck's banging in goals. Ruter's assisting at the moment. Belieber had his best game in a minute and he still got hooked at 70th minute. So it's not even about their injuries because they're still kind of cooking. Do you understand? So, boy, it's a weird one, man. We're going to have to see what we give, man. But we just got to have a plan. And that's what people are starting to... They're starting to rate Ruben now. They say, "Raw, this guy's actually got plans now. He's doing something different." Before, he just puts them out there, tries to do the same thing over and over again. Now, he's actually doing something different where commentators, Sky News, they're rating him. I'm seeing the overlap today. Is it the overlap? They've come out, yeah, Ruben got it right. It's bang on, like Ian Wright and all of that. See what I'm trying to say to you? They're finally rating him. It was all negative before. I want to beat Spurs. I want to beat Brighton to struggle against. After we beat Brighton, 2 more wins will sweeten the deal. Tottenham ain't doing anything this season. Chelsea, City, Arsenal are the only decent teams. How many teams will go to Anfield and beat Liverpool? Exactly. They ain't lost in a year. It's true. They ain't lost in a whole year. But then again, they've been shaky against everyone. Everyone that they've played over there, they've been so shaky against. Like, since they won the league last season, they've been shaky. So 100%, there won't be a lot of teams that will beat them, but Liverpool's weird, man. And Isak's meant to be injured now. Wirtz got 2 assists by a German side. That he came from the German league. That just suits him. This is the Prem, baby. Trust me, when you come back over here, you better be on the same smoke. Someone showed a chart of Van Disney that he had only lost 3 games in total at Anfield. Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy. I think it's 4 games, but yeah, it's mad. Arsenal have been given 16-year-old game time. I think Liverpool have done the same thing. Yeah, because they're smashing teams 4-0. They're 4-5-0 up. They're 3-0 up and putting on Dowman. That's my whole point of what I said. That we can do it when we start putting teams away. When we're 3-0 up against a team, then you can go to, all right, academy player. Yo, bro, come. 85th minute. We've got 6 minutes left. Even if we were to concede 2 goals, we're not going to lose this game. Come. Get on the pitch. Come on, bro. Arsenal doing that for fun. Liverpool, same thing. You know what I mean? When you're in them positions, you've won the league, your team's comfortable, go on there, try something new. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're out of the Carabao Cup as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. JJ ain't going to be coming on if we're 1-1 with Brighton and there's 10 minutes left. Why would we give JJ Gabriel his debut then? That's my point. If we're 3-1 up and we've got 5 minutes left, JJ, go get your little debut. We've got this game in the bag. Do you know what I'm saying? Calm. That's what I feel like it's going to be. I see United as top 6. Tottenham at the end of the season. Our academy players will need to adapt physically first. True. Welcome to the biggest club and the best in the world. Brighton beat us 3 times in our last. Brighton always beat us, bro. They always beat us. It's crazy. We beat them once. It's crazy. 1 win in 7. It's mad. We beat them once. And I remember it was the last game of the season, the Zirkzee. 2-0 in Brighton. But before that, every time they come to Old Trafford, they're pulling our pants down, bro. I'm going to pick his lineups based on opponents or have a steady lineup for every opponent. I think he needs to know his best 11. And then for different opponents, I think he needs to know his best 11. And we go with our plan to have your plan with your best 11 and in goal. And then for the big games, have your thing. That's what Ferguson used to do, bro. He used to have his best 11. And then for the big games, decent Park, yo, come true. You're starting. He knows what he's doing. He's putting in certain players for certain games. Harry Maguire, big game player. It's a big game, Harry Maguire. Come true, brother. You know what I'm trying to say? But on a normal day, he needs to know his best 11, and we're playing that same 11. So like Brighton at home, we should be going for the kill. We shouldn't really care about their game. Obviously, you know how to stop them and limit them, of course. But we're more going, listen, we're going to attack them. We're going to be at home. They're not going to be onto us. Old Trafford's going to be going mad. We need to put our game to them. So we're putting our main team. You know what I'm trying to say? And even when you look at their team, look at that. Ferdy Kadioglu, he's good. That left back, he's good. I like him. I think he's all right. Dunk, Van Hecker, they're good with the ball, but they're slow. So someone like Sesko and Bumo might have a bit of luck with him. Wiffer is playing right back, which is crazy. That's not his position. But this is what I'm saying. They're dealing with injuries where Hinshelwood is injured. Is there another right back injured? Hinshelwood is injured. Where's the other right backs? Have they got another right back? Oh, the Cooper. But the Cooper, he came on for Gomez. I think he's a left back. So this is what I'm saying. They're all over the place right now. Where they're going to have players out of position and all of that. But that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, even though they got injuries, they're still winning games. Do you understand? It's not stopping them from doing nothing. So Matoma there or not, we still got to be on point. Because Brighton, they kind of got our number, man. And it's not even just Hurstler. It's any manager Brighton have. They always got a number. We win this game. Bro's talking out of his cheeks. Yeah, he went mad with that one, didn't he? That guy went crazy. Yeah, he would spend 500 million on 3 players. Haaland, exactly, crazy. You screw that negativity, man. United 3-1. Imagine spending 150 million for Rice. We will win 3-1 or 4-1. The Wolves draw is a game that shows Brighton is not as good as they used to be. Newcastle have been struggling. Mitch, we can't really trust Amrin yet. We're giving academy players game time from how we can't really tell how we're playing week in, week out. We're so exactly. That's what I'm saying. We can't tell, bro. I just made an example. That's true. Yeah. If you look at our games, I'll show you lot. You know what? I'll show you lot so you can see it. Yeah. If you look at majority of our games, we're playing at 5:30 on Saturday. By the way, someone just asked what time is the game. 5:30 on Saturday. Yeah. There you go, 5:30 Saturday. For those that's UK time. I know there's a lot of people in there, different places in the world. In UK, it's 5:30 on Saturday. But let me show you lot something. What's this now? This is why Amrin hasn't been giving out a lot of the academy players chances. Look at our games. Let me show you lot something right now. Fixtures, yeah. Look at this. Cool. We'll start from this season. Bam. Arsenal. Calafiori scored in the first half. We got to the last 10 minutes of the game. We're chasing the game. We need a goal. Why are you going to bring in an academy player if you need a goal? You're going to try and go for it. We were playing well as well. We played good. Cool. Fulham. 1-1. 80th minute. We're trying to get a goal to win the game. Why are we going to bring in an academy player? Grimsby. We played a second team. We tried. It went bananas. I don't really like talking about this game, but it went left, as you can see. Right? And then you got Burnley. 2-2. By the time we got to the 80th minute. We're trying to get a goal. See what I'm trying to say to you lot? City, we're 3-0 down. Chelsea, was it 1-1? Or was it 2-0, 2-1? 2-1 by the 80th minute. 80th minute, it was 2-1. We had 10 minutes and then we held it down. This is my point to you lot, guys. That all of these games, Brentford, it was 2-1. And they scored in thing, right? Stoppage time to make it 3. Every game, we're chasing the game. Sunderland was the only game where it was 2-0 from the first half. Second half, we were kind of chill. It was still a bit shaky. You can hear it in Old Trafford because you just lost to Brentford the day before, whatever, the game before. But It's the only game that we've been winning significantly, 2-0. We've got breathing space. We can afford to let in a goal in the last 5 minutes. Every other game we couldn't. Chelsea were 2-1 and they was on to us, 10-10. Liverpool 2-1, they've scored one. We've just scored and we're holding it down. If we start blowing teams away, let me show you the Arsenal, yeah? Because people want to talk about Arsenal's giving debuts, etc., yeah? Where they're putting on down. Look at their team. You're 4-0 up against Atletico. By the 80th minute, you can throw on anyone you want. You know what I'm trying to say? 5-0 up against Leeds. You can throw on anyone you want. 3-0 up at home against Forest. 2-0. Look at them. They're never in. It's never close, apart from Newcastle. Every game, look, they've got breathing space to just go out there. Apart from Newcastle and City, sorry. Come on, man. That's the difference between us. Look at West Ham. You know you're not going to concede. You're at home. You're 2-0 up. I can throw in a 14-year-old if I want to. I can throw in a Mainu. I can throw in anyone. That's my point. So that's the situation. So going back to that point, big up yourself, Dave. That's what I was basically saying before. That once we start mashing up teams, we're like 3-4 up, and it gets to like the last 5-6 minutes, JJ, go get your debut. Yo, not Mainu, sorry. Who's the other kid? Shea Lacey, go get your debut, bro. Diego Leon, go out there, bro. Go do your thing. Sekou Kone, go do your thing. These guys are getting on the bench, but because our team it's getting mashed up, and it's always tense. We're literally happy or we're angry when the final whistle goes. It goes to the last minute. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Every time the final whistle goes, it goes to the very last minute where we're actually angry or happy, etc. Like, yes, it's finally done. So that's the situation, man. So 5:30, I don't want to get too good. This is what they're predicting, but obviously, clearly, they don't know that Gomez is injured when he came off in the 36th minute. And he was injured for Paraguay, by the way. He was already injured for Paraguay. And then the guy went and played him anyway. And then now he's even more injured because he came off in the 36th minute. So Gomez ain't going to be playing. I'll tell you that for free. Tactical masterclass. That Liverpool win will mean nothing if we don't beat Brighton. We have to win. Metro community, smash the likes. Big up yourself, David, man. Appreciate that, broski. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. Like and subscribe. You know, man, it's always here for you lot, man. Every day. I'm from South Africa, so our time zones are similar. Okay, big up South Africa, Mike. Big up yourself as well. Losing to Brighton will be like beating Lyon. Yeah, exactly. Beating Lyon and then losing to Tottenham in the final. If we are looking to be in top 5, we need to get these results. It's true. We need to shut down that whole bogey team thing. We should beat Brentford and Fulham. I know, man. There's so much could have and should have. If we did beat Brentford and Fulham, we're top. We're joint top right now with Arsenal. It's crazy. Imagine if we won those games. That's what I'm saying, those easy points. But it's so much coulda, shoulda. We don't want to be that team that keeps talking about coulda, shoulda. So it is what it is. We'll leave it here, but we should have beat them. It is what it is. Belieber, we're going to watch out. Yeah, Belieber had his best game last game. So this is what they're likely to go with, this lineup. And obviously, they're just putting our lineup of what we had against Liverpool. I don't think it's going to be the same as that. I reckon we play Dorgu instead of Minte. For Minte, sorry. There's no way Dallo. I don't think we trust Dallo with Minte. That's crazy. Yeah, he will do something stupid. Even like Luke Shaw. Even Luke Shaw is a bit crazy. Yeah, look, you're just talking about the young boys. Look at this. Max Dowman just signed the scholarship terms, pro deal with Arsenal. So remember, when you get to like 15, etc., you get to sign a proper. That's what we need to do with JJ Gabriel. We need to sign a proper deal, a proper scholarship with him, man. Until then, you ain't really got your hands on him properly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You can still go somewhere else if he wants to. So yeah, man, that's it, my guys, man. Let me show you I'll show you the thing. For those that just come in, I'll summarize exactly what's happened. So Ben Jacobs gone on the United stand. If you want to go watch the video, go there. And he says that Man United will be planning to sign 2 midfielders in 2026 minimum, maybe even 3, if including a young one. And then he speaks about that we're not going to be doing no panic buying. We like Ugarte. We want Kobe Mainu to stay and fight, etc. Bruno Fernandes, he plays deeper, but he can go forward. Stiller, he doesn't see Stiller for something for January, but you never know. In the summer, you've got to watch out for Belieber, Wharton, Elliot Anderson. They're on that list, etc. But obviously, if we get Champions League football, it'll be better, but they don't care about that. Let's be real. Conor Gallagher, he's definitely one for January. If Atleti turn around and say, listen, we don't mind doing a loan, we'll be all over that. But if it's not a loan thing, we might say, nah, we're not going to panic buy. We don't want him for the future. That's just something that we want as a loan deal for January. Something for now, etc. West Ham really want Zirkzee. Zirkzee might leave because he wants to play and get some time for the World Cup. I don't think we let him leave because Ahmad and Mbeumo, by the time the January window opens, Ahmad and Mbeumo will be at AFCON. So I think unless he waits 20 days whilst Ahmad and Mbeumo come back and get back to, they won't have to get back to fitness because they've been playing, but, you know, train with the squad, then I don't think he leaves until then. Because it won't make no sense. We'll be two players and yeah. So we'll see what West Ham are genuinely interested in him. A more experienced striker is an option in January for United. Kane wants to come back to the Prem because he wants to beat Shearer's record of the top leading goal scorer in the Premier League. And he hasn't made it clear if he wants to come back to Tottenham or United. He just wants to come back anywhere. And he wanted to come to United before he even went to Bayern in the first place. Ivan Toney is a very interesting one. Blah, blah, blah. He's not saying anything about Man United. He's just saying that Ivan Toney could leave. So that's just him just throwing it out there. Do you understand? So it's not really news, that one there. And he said the number 9 shirt being free, they left it free for a reason. I think he's genuine with that one. I think Sesko actually picked 30 because he wanted 30. And he's just going off his own thing to guess and just put 2 and 2 and add up 9. Bruno Fernandes will decide if he wants to leave at the end of the season. It's up to him. Casemiro, same thing. His contract is running out. Is he going to get extended or not? Because he's part of Ruben's plans now. He plays every game. So we don't know if he's going to get extended or not. We'll see. And then he says, yeah, the extension hasn't started for Maguire yet, but it's going to start soon because Maguire wants to know some clarity about himself, about the World Cup, etc. Upamecano is one name that Man United quite like, blah, blah, blah. But we don't know. Like, I don't think Upamecano we're in for him. I think that's gas. Robinson, Anthony Robinson, that plays for Fulham. He's someone that we might go and get to give some competition to Dorgu as a wing back. He's a bit older, but I think our new thing is go for someone a bit older and younger in the same position. That's our thing. So Anthony Robinson, I think he's about 27, 28 maybe. Have him there. He's Premier League proven. He knows what to do. And if he's not playing well or whatever, you go and put Dorgu. You can't really go wrong. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we'll see. We was in for him before. At summer, we looked at him, but he doesn't know if we're still in for him now. And Diego Leon is doing well. And that's a big name for the future. But why can't we have 2 solidified players now and have young boys as well that can come in there and there? You know what I'm trying to say? Then JJ Gabriel, obviously he trained with the first team today. That's one of our gems. Obviously he's put it on his Instagram. So you can tell that he's ready and he's gassed and he's excited. He's going to be the next one up. But like I just said, once we start smashing in some teams, we can start giving these guys some time. You understand? If we're 3-4-0 up against Brighton and it's the 85th minute, JJ, come get your 5 minutes. Get your Premier League debut. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But until then, I don't think we're going to see any of our young boys. Shea Lacey and all of that, we've heard about them. So, yeah, that's the situation. So, yeah, man, that's more or less it. That's all the news. This is just a picture. They're out here training. They're ready for Brighton. You've got Ahmad and Mbeumo and Euro. So, I'll let you lot go, man. Love to everyone that's been inside. Love to everyone that's been in the chat. Appreciate all of you lot. Smash the likes if you haven't already. Don't be a meaners. Don't be stingy with your likes, bro. Support the kid. Appreciate everything. You lot all have a good day. Love my peoples.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it? I will take a photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud.